Okay, so genuine question. When was the last time a game made you stop moving just to watch the rain? Not because something cool was happening, not because there was a cutscene. You just stopped and watched. That happened to me in Red Dead Redemption 2. I was riding through the Grizzlies and a thunderstorm rolled in. Lightning hitting the mountaintops, Arthur pulling his hat down, the horse getting nervous under me. And I just sat there for like 5 minutes doing absolutely nothing. And that's the thing about this game. It came out in 2018, and here we are, years later, and I genuinely cannot name a single game that has come out since that makes the world feel as alive as Red Dead Redemption 2 does. So today, we're going to talk about why. Not just the graphics are good. Everybody says that. I want to get into the actual stuff, the decisions Rockstar made that no other studio has been willing to make sense.
Let's start with the world itself, because this is where most games fake it. In most open-world games, your Ubisofts, your standard AAA stuff, the world is basically a backdrop. It looks pretty, but it doesn't react. NPCs walk their little loop, day resets, nothing remembers you were there. Red Dead Redemption 2 is different on a level that's almost uncomfortable. Walk your horse through mud, actual hoof prints shaped to the width of your specific horse, matching its gait. Rain comes, those tracks wash away. Snow accumulates differently on different surfaces. You get hit with a blizzard in Amberino, and Arthur's clothes get heavier looking. Frost builds up on his coat, and he physically hunches forward on the horse. Leave a dead body somewhere? It doesn't despawn after 2 minutes. It stays. It bloats. Vultures show up, then coyotes, then lawmen stumble on it later, and it becomes your problem all over again. There are roughly 200 animal species in this game, each with its own behavior. Not just deer run when you shoot. You can watch a hawk dive into a river and grab a fish. You can watch that hawk get ambushed mid-air by another bird. You can watch a bear fight off wolves over a kill that has nothing to do with you, and none of that was scripted for you. That's just the ecosystem running while you happen to look at it. A team of academic researchers actually published a study in 2021 saying Red Dead Redemption 2's ecosystem was detailed enough to teach players real animal behavior. Players were correctly identifying how opossums play dead, how foxes pounce through snow. From a video game. That's insane.
Now let's talk about Arthur Morgan, because this is where it gets personal. Most games give you a character. Red Dead Redemption 2 gives you a person. Arthur eats, and it matters. Overeat consistently, and he puts on weight. His face changes, his stamina drops, but he takes more hits. Starve him, and he gets lean, moves faster, but becomes more fragile. His body physically reflects how you've been playing. His beard grows in real time, his hair grows. Leave him dirty for long enough, and NPCs start commenting on it. Random strangers will pull back, shopkeepers get cold with him. Go to the bathhouse, get clean, and people treat him differently the same day. And this is just ambient stuff Rockstar put in, stuff they never even told you about in the marketing. Here's one that blew my mind when I found out. If you're in a cold climate and you leave your horse standing still for a long time, the horse will pee in the snow. Yellow snow. That detail exists in this game. Nobody asked for it, nobody needed it, Rockstar just did it, because that's what a horse does. That's the mentality behind this whole game. Not what does the player need, but what would actually happen. And it extends to the guns. Firearms in Red Dead Redemption 2 get dirty based on where you've been. Right through mud, the barrel gathers grit. Leave it long enough, it starts jamming mid-firefight. You have to clean them. Neglect that and the game punishes you, but not with a pop-up warning, with a misfire in the middle of a gunfight, like an actual dirty gun would.
Let's be honest about modern game NPCs for a second. Most of them exist to give you a quest, sell you something, or get in your way. They say 3 things, and they say those 3 things forever. In Red Dead Redemption 2, the NPCs have schedules. Farmers wake up earlier than shopkeepers, lumberjacks take breaks, railroad workers, and this is one of my favorites. If you watch a railroad worker hammering in a spike, each swing actually drives the spike deeper. Then when it's fully in, he moves to the next one. That animation exists for a background worker you will never talk to, ever. You can follow a random NPC through their entire day. Follow them to work, follow them to lunch, follow them to the saloon in the evening for drinks and poker. And if you do that enough, you'll find unscripted stuff, conversations, encounters, moments that weren't written for you to see.
And the honor system actually changes how strangers feel about Arthur. High honor, people greet him, tip their hats, treat him like a decent man passing through. Low honor, people cross the street, women pull their kids closer, shopkeepers watch him with their hand near something under the counter. No other modern open-world game tracks that and reflects it in every NPC interaction. Most games give you a morality slider that changes an ending. Red Dead Redemption 2 makes it change every day.
This is the question that actually frustrates me, because it's been years. We've had games with bigger maps, better frame rates, shinier graphics, but nothing has come close to this density of real-world simulation. And I think the honest answer is, it's incredibly expensive, incredibly slow, and it almost broke the people who made it. Rockstar had around 1,600 people working on Red Dead Redemption 2. They delayed it 3 times. 3, because they weren't happy with it. The crunch stories from that era are genuinely difficult to read. People gave years of their life to this thing. Most studios can't do that, and honestly, most studios won't even try because the market tells them they don't have to. You can ship a game with empty-feeling NPCs and a world that doesn't react to anything and still sell 10 million copies if the gameplay loop is satisfying enough. The other thing is, Rockstar made a deliberate design decision to slow everything down. Arthur moves with weight, looting takes time, skinning an animal is a whole thing, and a big chunk of the gaming community hated that initially. They called it boring, too slow, too much realism slowing down the fun. But that slowness is exactly what makes it feel real. Real things take time, real weight feels heavy. Rockstar trusted that some players would feel it, and those players never forgot it.
Let me just rapid fire some details that are so specific they shouldn't exist in a game. Mud dries on Arthur's clothes, then it hardens, then it flakes off naturally over time if you don't bathe. Blood on his clothes dries and turns a darker shade the longer it stays on him. Snowflakes land on Arthur's coat when he's in a blizzard, and they melt when he rides into a warmer region. Not just disappear, melt. Arthur's spirit animal, which you see in visions throughout the story, changes based on your honor. High honor, a golden deer in warm light. Low honor, a wolf in red. The game's symbolism tracks your choices without you ever seeing a menu for it. If you shoot someone in the hand, they drop their weapon and grab their hand. Shoot them in the leg, they limp and try to crawl away. The injury system is locational. In 2018, camp members at the Vanderlinde camp have actual daily routines. They sleep at different times, they argue, they practice guitar, they go fishing by themselves. And if you, the player, regularly join their conversations, they start inviting you into future ones. The social system learns you. This isn't gameplay. This isn't mechanics. This is a studio asking what would make this feel like a real place, and then actually doing it.
Here's where I land on this. Red Dead Redemption 2 feels more real than modern games, not because of any one feature. It's because Rockstar built a game where the world has rules, and those rules apply to everything. Your character, the NPCs, the wildlife, the weather, the guns, the mud. Most games give you a world that waits for you. Red Dead Redemption 2 gives you a world that doesn't care if you show up or not. And that is a feeling I have not found anywhere else. 6 years later, still. If you're someone who never played it, or someone who bounced off it early because it felt slow, I'd ask you to give it one more shot. Ride somewhere with no objective, no waypoint, just ride, and pay attention to what the world does. You might end up just watching the rain.